This is huge today. What took place today in Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, they had a hearing today on reparation. And our hearing tomorrow. Now, this was the first hearing that we had today, and this hearing was at the state of Illinois, as you could see. I want to keep you all abreast. As you could see, the first hearing we had today was at the state of Illinois. We had a hearing on reparation, as you could see, about how we begin to deal with the issue of reparation. As you could see, we are working it out as best we can. We want to bring on the line now Mr. Will Crosby. Mr. Crosby, can you hear us on the air as we prepare to talk to you about this issue, about what everybody is clearly seeing? As you could see, the reparation issue here in this country, as you could see, the state of Illinois had a hearing, and based upon Mr. Crosby's assessment of what happened today, he thought maybe we could do a little bit better than, of course, what we are doing. This is Mr. Crosby's opinion as to what was taking place today. But let's just look at where we go with this issue of reparation with African Americans in this city and in this country. Again, my name is Zip Sistrunk, and I'm your host today. As you can see, we don't have we're short a little bit on the crew today, so we're working it out. Now, let me just go over some things that happened today. To those of you who are joining us here live on our studios in Los Angeles, California, we don't have our technician with us today, but we're going to try to do our very best to talk about this issue, to bring it to the forefront, to see how is it and what is it that we have to do to begin to be successful with this issue. Once again, my name is Zip Sistrunk, and I'm your host. As with Mr. Crosby, Will Crosby has given us information that is historic information, and we'll be on Celine Muakil's show tonight as we continue to talk about this issue of reparation. Let me make a direct appeal to you all. Let me talk directly to the family, because for some reason we are not getting through to the electorate, and we want to make sure that we get through. Now, y'all bear with me a little bit because I don't have my technician here today. Now, listen. I want to go directly and talk directly to you. I don't want to talk to your sister. I don't want to talk to your brother. I don't want to talk to your cousin. I want to talk directly to you about reparation, because if you hear me out, if you believe in this country, this is probably one of the greatest countries that has ever been created in the history of mankind. But the problem we have right now with this country is this, and I'm not going to curtail it. I'm not going to try to sidetrack it. I'm not going to try to make it out to be something that is not. But this country has a date with destiny. Let me say that again so I don't get in trouble. So some of you all saying you wrong, Mr. Sister. Let me come to you all with what happened today. Mr. Crosby, Will Crosby, told me that in all of his outreach that took place, there was over 300 people at a hearing here in the state of Illinois around reparation. Okay? Now, what we are hearing that came away from the hearing that took place today is that the authorities here in the state of Illinois, those people who were responsible for getting the message and getting the word out about how is it that we're going to deal with this situation of getting black people compensated for reparation in this country. Now, in California, they are really big on getting black people reparation. Huge. They are so far ahead of the eight ball that some cities are now rushing to try to catch up with California, with what California has been doing. Now, listen, those of you who are in the sound of my voice, I'm going to need you all to do us a favor. The first thing I want you all to do is I want you all to pray for this country. I want you all to pray that this country will have the wisdom, the foresight, the intuition to see that it is the way it is because of one people, and that is the black community. I want to appeal to my fellow Americans that it is at this moment in life, I cannot appeal